Friends, in the previous video you have studied how to analyze the beam, continuous beam by using the Carney's method when one end is fixed and other end is on hinge or simple support or roller support. Now we will study how to analyze the continuous beam with overhanged portion. Here the problem is analyze the beam shown in figure by Carney's method. Here A to B, that is 6 meter, and is subjected to loads of 60 kilonewton and 100 kilonewton point loads at distances 2 meter from A and 1 meter from B. The total span is 6 meter and A is on hinged support. Support B is a roller support, and in span BC the span length is 5 meter and is subjected to UDL of 30 kilonewton per meter over a length of 3 meter from C. Similarly, span CD, it is subjected to 30 kilonewton per meter and is resting at C on a simple support, and the span is 2 meter. The portion is overhanged from C to D. Here he has not given any moment of inertia or the flexural rigidity value. Then you have to assume that the flexural rigidity EI or moment of inertia is constant. The first step in this, that is, we have to calculate the fixed end moments by assuming all the ends as fixed ends. Here in span AB, MFAB is MFAB. It is subjected to 2 point loads. One is 60 kilonewton and another one is 100 kilonewton. That one is anti-clockwise. Here the formula is WAB square by L square. That is, both are negative. The first moment due to fixed end moment due to the first load, that is minus 60 into A is 2 meter, B is 4, that is minus 60 into 2 into 4 square divided by L square, that is 6 square. Similarly for the second load, that is minus 100 into A is 5 meter, B is 1 square divided by 6 square, that equals minus 67.22 kilonewton meter. Similarly for MFBA, here we have assumed A as the fixed end. Then MFBA equals W A square B by L square for both the loads. The first load, that is 60 into A square, that is 2 square, into B, that is 4 divided by L square, that is 6 square, plus for the second load, that is 100 into A square, that is 5 square, into B, that is 1 divided by L square, that is 6 square. By simplification, that is 96.11 kilonewton meter. Now coming to the next span BC, here BC is subjected to UDL of 30 kilonewton per running meter over a length of 3 meter from support C. Here this span is subjected to partial UDL over a length of 3 meter. The total span from between B and C is 5 meter. Here you have to consider an elemental portion of length dx. Here this one is elemental portion and is subjected to a load of, that is W is 30 into span of this UDL, that one is dx. 30 into dx is an imaginary point load which is acting at a distance of x from one of the end, that is B. The total span is 5 meter and the remaining length is 5 minus x. Now x is the only variable. X varies from 2 to 5. The lower limit is 2 meter and upper limit is 5 meter. Now to get the fixed end moment at BC, that is anti-clockwise. Here the load is an imaginary point load, that is WAB square by L square. Here the load is 30 into dx and A is x, b is 5 minus x, that is b square divided by L square, that is 5 square. After simplification, by simplifying this and integrating this by substituting the limits, upper limit and lower limit, you will get minus 29.7 kilonewton meter. Similarly, from the other end, that is MFCB, here the limits are say the load is 30 into dx, that is W a square b by L square. Here 30 into dx into x square into 5 minus x divided by 5 square. After simplification, integrating and substituting the limits, you will get 51.3 kilonewton as the fixed end moment for CB. Here, and CD. In the third span, it is subjected to UDL, but the portion is overhang, then you have to convert that into the resisting moment. The total load is assumed as an imaginary point load, that is 30 into total span is 2 meter, 30 into 2, that is 60, and the moment at C, that is actual moment is 30 into 2 into 1, that is clockwise, but we want the resisting moment or opposing moment, hence that is 30 into 2 into 1, that is anti-clockwise, hence I have put the negative sign, that is minus 60 kilonewton meter. Then the second step, we will go for the second step, rotation factors. Here, by observing this, B is the joint, C is another joint at B. Here, we have to calculate the rotation factor for the joint B only. Since E and C is on overhang, rotational factor is not required for the support with overhang. Then, with respect to B, A is non-continuous and is resting on the simple or hinged or roller support. Hence, we have to reduce the relative stiffness value by 3/4. Similarly, with respect to B, C is the end support and is non-continuous, resting on the simple support. Hence, here also you have to reduce the relative stiffness value by 3/4. Then, at joint B, with respect to B, two members are connected, one is BA and one is BC. With respect to B, A is not continuous and is resting on the hinged support. Hence, the relative stiffness value K equals 3/4 of I by L. 3/4 of moment of inertia is I, and the total length is 6 meter, that is 3/4 of I by 6. That one is 3 1 ja, 3 2 ja, that is I by 4 into 2, that is 8. Similarly, for BC, here C is resting on the simple support at C. Then we have to reduce the K value by 3/4. 3/4 of I by L. Here I is the moment of inertia for span BC and L is 5 meter, that is 3/4 of I by 5. That one is, by simplification, 3 into I, 3I, 4 into 5, 20, that is 3I by 20. Summation of the relative stiffness value at joint B, that is by adding I by 8 plus 3I by 20, you will get minus, that is 0.275 I. Then the rotational factor. Rotational factor is given by U equals minus half into K for the member, that is relative stiffness value of the member, divided by sum of the relative stiffness value at the joint. Then by using that relation, here KB, that is rotational factor for BA, minus half into I by 8 divided by 0.275 I. Here you will get minus 0.23. Similarly, for BC, KBC divided by summation K into minus half, that one is 3I by 20 divided by 0.275 I into minus half, you will get minus 0.27 as the rotational factor at joint B for the member BC. Now we will go for the third step, that is calculation of the rotational moment. Calculation of the rotational moment. Here the rotational moment is given by m dash ij, that equals summation of the moment, fixed end moment at that joint plus the sum of the far end rotational moments, that is summation m dash ji. Then here we have to draw this diagram, that is A is on hinge. Here the fixed end moment that we have calculated, that is minus 67.22. For B we have to write the box, that is for the values of the fixed end moment and rotational factor we have to draw this. Then for C no box is required, since that is the end support, and no box is required for C. Here you have to write the fixed end moment MFAB, that is minus 67.22, for BA that is 96.11, for BC that is minus 29.70, for CB that is 51.3 kilonewton meter. Then for CD, that is we have calculated the resisting moment, that is minus 60, that is anticlockwise. At D the moment is 0, no need to write. Then here first we have to balance this, since we have considered A as the fixed end but it is on hinge. If the end support is on hinge, roller and simple support, the moment is 0, hence we have to make it 0 by adding plus 67.22. Here the sum is, by adding these two you will get the moment at A is 0. When the equilibrium condition is reached, we have studied in moment distribution method, 50% of the moment is carried from this joint to next joint, that is from A to B. There is a carryover of what moment you have, which moment you have added, 50% of that is carried from this end to this end. Hence I have shown the arrow mark, half of this one is 33.61. Here the net fixed end moment at BA, that is 96.11, plus carryover moment, that is 33.61. Here the new fixed end moment is 129.72. By adding those two, that is carryover moment, we have to add. Then again here at end CD in overhanged portion, we have calculated the resisting moment, that is minus 60, and the fixed end moment in portion CB, that is 51.30. Here these must be in slope deflection equation. Summation of the moments at joint must be equal to 0. Here this must be equal to plus 60. Then here you have to balance this by adding 8.7 kilonewton meter, or you do one thing, that is 51.3 is the fixed end moment. Here you have to balance this by adding minus 51.30. Here the remaining unbalanced moment is minus 60. Then add 60. Here 51.3 get cancels. Here you have balanced this. Again you have balanced this by adding 60. The remaining moment is, by adding these three moments, that is plus 60. This is plus 60, this is minus 60. Now the joint C is balanced. Here whatever the moment you have added, 50% of that moment is carried from the C to B. Here there is a carryover due to minus 51.30 from C to B, that is half of minus 51.30, that is minus 25.65. Then from again 60 from C to B, there is a carryover, that is 50% of 60 is 30 kilonewton meter. Here by adding these three things, you will get the net fixed end moment at BC, that is minus 23.35. Here at both BA and BC, we have got the new values of the fixed end moment. Here the summation of the fixed end moment at this joint, that is by adding these two new values, that is 129.72 minus 23.35. Here you will get 104.37. 104.37. We have to write it inside the inner rectangle. the rotational factor, that is for BA, that is minus 0.23, just now we have calculated. For BC, that is minus 0.27, just now we have calculated. Write it in these areas. Then you have to calculate the rotational moment, that is m dash ij equals sum of the fixed end moments at that joint plus the summation of the far end rotational moments. Here m dash BA equals here at joint B, that is here m dash BA that one equals the rotational factor, that is minus 0.23, inside of the bracket sum of the fixed end moment, that is 104.37, just now we have calculated, plus the far end contribution 0 from A and 0 from C. Then after simplification, here you will get minus 24.00. That we have to write here. This is the first cycle value of the rotational moment at BA. Similarly, m dash BC, that is here the rotational factor, that is minus 0.27, inside of the bracket sum of the fixed end moment, that is 104.37, the far end contribution, that is from A, that is 0, similarly from C, that is 0. Therefore after simplification you will get minus 28.18 kilonewton meter. Here these are the rotational moment values at BA and BC respectively. Now further there is no need to continue, since here you have already balanced the moments at C and A. Then you have to calculate the final moments. The final moments, that is final moments are given by that is m equals mf, the fixed end moment, plus 2 times the near end rotational moment plus 1 times the far end moment. Here you have to calculate by using this equation. We have to calculate the final moments. MAB, that is already it is made 0. MAB is already it is 0. Here you have calculated, we have balanced that moment, then MAB equals 0. MBA, the fixed end moment, that is just now we have calculated, that is 129.72 as the new fixed end moment, plus 2 times the near end rotational moment, that is minus 24, plus 1 times the far end moment. Far end is this one, this moment is 0, far end rotational contribution is 0. Therefore the MBA value equals 81.72, that is positive, that means that is clockwise, hence I have shown the clockwise direction. Then MBC, the fixed end moment is minus 23.335 plus 2 times the near end contribution, that is minus 28.18, plus the far end is C, 1 times the far end contribution, that is 0. After simplification you will get minus 81.72. Here minus means that indicates that is in anti-clockwise direction. Similarly MCB we have already calculated by balancing, that is 60 kilonewton meter, that one is positive, that means that is clockwise direction. MCD, that is resisting moment, that we have already calculated, that is minus 60 kilonewton meter, that is in anti-clockwise direction. Now we can draw the bending moment for this one. The bending moment for this problem, here the bending moment at A is 0, here at B MBA is 81.72, that is clockwise, MBC that is 81.72, that is in anti-clockwise direction, MCB that is 60 kilonewton meter in clockwise direction, MCD that is anti-clockwise direction, that is negative. Here by observing this diagram Here, these two moments, MBA and MBC, are hogging moments. MEB is 0. MCB is, that is also hogging. MCD is also hogging. Here the support moments, all the support moments are hogging. Here you have to write MEB is 0. Here first you have to draw the reference line or datum line, and then you have to draw the ordinates of the support moment. Hogging will represent above the reference line or datum line. Here the ordinate of the bending moment is 81.72. Here it is 0. Then join, the variation is a straight line. Join this point to this point. You will get the negative or support moment diagram in between A and B. Then at C, both the moments are hogging, that is 60 kilonewton meter. Mark the 60 kilonewton meter ordinate at C. Then here it is 81.72. The variation is a straight line. Then you have to draw the simply supported beam bending moment diagram. Here in this portion, that is subjected to UDL, here at this end the bending moment is 0. At this end the bending moment is 0. Here 20 into 2 into 20 into 2 into 1, the bending moment variation, that is W into x by 2, that is Wx square. Y equals that is mx equals W minus Wx square by 2. That is, that represent an equation of a second degree curve. Hence the variation of the bending moment is second degree curve. Here that is negative. Then we have to draw the simply supported beam bending moment diagram. Here, before going to draw the simply supported beam bending moment diagram, in span AB, we have to consider this one as a simply supported beam subjected to 2 point loads. One is 60 kilonewton and another one is 100 kilonewton. First, we have to calculate the support reaction RA and RB due to these 2 point loads 60 and 100 kilonewton. Here, due to 60 kilonewton, the support reaction is 60 into 4, 3 plus 1 4 divided by 6, that one is 60 into 4 divided by 6, that one is 60 into 4 divided by 6, that one is 40 kilonewton. Similarly, due to 100 kilonewton, that is 100 into 1 by 6, that one is 16.66. Here the summation of, by principle of superposition, the summation of the reactions to the 2 point loads, that is 56.67 is the reaction at A. Then the bending moment below the point load, 56.67 is the support reaction. 56.67 into 2. Here at the support it is 0. At this ordinate below the point load of 60 kilonewton, that is 113.33. Here this one is sagging. By overlapping the bending moment diagram, that is 113.33. Here this is positive bending moment. Similarly, this reaction at B, that is by using the equilibrium equation 100 plus 60 minus 56.67, you will get 103.33. That is summation of Fy equals 0. This reaction is 103.33 into distance is 1 meter. The bending moment is 103.33. Here this ordinate below the 100 kilonewton load is 103.33, and the bending moment variation, that is the equation represent an equation of a straight line. If you write the bending moment equation, that is RA into X, that is Y equals, that represent an equation of a straight line, Y equals mx plus c, hence the variation is a straight line. Here at support B, the bending moment is 0. By overlapping this, you will get the shaded portion, that is here in this portion the bending moment, both negative bending moment and positive bending moment get cancels. Here the shaded portion is the net bending moment in span AB. Similarly, for span BC, here this one is subjected to UDL of 30 kilonewton. Then first you have to calculate the reaction at B and reaction at C. That is, reaction at B is given by, here you have to consider this one as an imaginary point load which is acting at a distance of half of the span of loading, that is 1.5. Then 30 into 3 meter is the total imaginary point load which is acting at the centroid of this portion, that is 30 into 3 into 1.5, that one is, that one equals 30 into 3, that is 90, 90 into 1.5, that is 135 divided by 5, that one is here, this one here, this reaction is 27, this reaction is 27 kilonewton. Then the bending moment at support is 0 due to simply supported beam bending moment, that is at support it is 0, and in this portion there is no load in between this portion, hence the variation is straight line, that is 15 into 27 into x. Here it represents an equation of a straight line. The bending moment at this point where the UDL starts, that is 27 into 2, that is 54 kilonewton meter, and in this portion it is subjected to UDL, hence the bending moment variation is the second degree curve. If you write the bending moment equation, that is mx equals wx into rc into x into